following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, why every man never thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me, big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy, big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your wanna be, Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Stars.
Hey ho, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We have a great show for you guys today, and we're going to have a lot of fun with it. I just want to show Ron something over here. So this is what people see.
Yeah, but look at it out here.
That's not what they see. This is what they see. All right, everybody. We got a really fun show for you guys today. I got to move this thing up a little because my head is getting cut off. And we have Ivan Doroschuk, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, from Men Without Hats, you guys, coming on. And then we have writer, director, actor, producer Michael Coulombe coming on. Should be a fun show. Before we get started, let's say hi to everybody, starting with our cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell on my left.
I am pissed.
Okay, that's nice. You can't keep doing
that.
No,
I don't want to. No. Bring it down.
No, I don't want
to have a half a painting. Well, lower yourself. Get off the pillow.
I can't get. I'm not on a pillow. I'm not on a pillow.
Well,
it's always that painting's been in there ever since we've been doing the show. Don't worry about it.
I know, but I wanted to perfect it. It's a half a painting.
I know. Well, then we have to.
Stupid.
Then we have to get new chairs that are much lower because there's
nothing. No, we have to get a new show without you.
No, there's nothing you can do. I can't do it
like that. Just lower it.
Yeah. I can't go lower. I have to sit up.
It's because your ass is so fat.
Anyway, we're keeping it the way it is. Nobody's had a problem. We're doing better than we've ever done in a million years. So go with it.
Look how low I look. I look like I just.
That's because you're not sitting straight. I'm sitting.
I look like I'm in quick.
There you go. Sit up straight.
Anyway, I'm pissed off because Facebook has gone insane. Facebook is now writing lies like you can't believe. Whoopi Goldberg has been kicked off of The View. The View was bought by Musk for $9 million, and now he's going to get rid of The View. It's all lies. Everything on Facebook now is becoming a lie. Our country is a lie. I'm tired of being lied to by everybody in the media. I mean, I went on YouTube and they said Sophia Loren's funeral. She's not dead. These people are not dead, yet they're showing you funerals. Who died today? And they named 5 movie stars, big famous ones. It's not true.
They're all alive.
What they want you to do is to click in there because they make money.
Clickbait. Clickbait. It's called clickbait.
Clickbait. Okay? I am fed up with what's going on in the media. Let's bring it back to honest and strictly about the business. I mean, not Leon. What did I just say his name? Elon. How do you say his name?
Who?
Musk.
Oh, Elon.
How do you say it?
Elon Musk.
What kind of a stupid name is Elon? I never heard that name before. Anyway, Elon Musk, I don't believe, bought The View, and he did not fire.
No, he didn't. It's all fake news.
It's all fake news.
I don't get any of my news on Facebook.
And I resent it because news should not be fake. News, and what is going on? What is going on?
It's worse on YouTube.
YouTube is a mess. I can't believe anything on YouTube. Nothing. Cure for AIDS, cure for diabetes, cure for kidneys. Everything has got a cure. Eat a lemon and you cure this, and eat a banana and you cure the other. It's all bullshit. They've got to have some kind of overseeing. They have to have some kind of a person who checks these things out, because what good is television if it lies. Television is a great media that communicates people all over the world. And there are some people in countries or places that they don't have the news. So they depend on their computer. And they're being fed lies. All lies.
Anyway,
That's the end of that.
there you go. That's the end of that, you guys. So we're going to have a fun show. We got a cool weekend coming up. We're going to go actually, Sean Kanan and his wife, Michelle Kanan, wrote a book. It's like Couples Cobra Kai. I don't know. I forgot what it's called.
Sean talks about you being a better person. I can't wait to hug my Michelle because I love Michelle so much. Michelle Kanan is probably one of the sweetest, most darling people I know, and I love her to death.
And in the industry, she's one of the smartest.
And smart. And of course, Sean is my buddy. So I wrote on Facebook, can't wait to hug you. And Sean was so sweet. He wrote back, can't wait to see you. So he doesn't want to hug me. He just wants to see me.
He's doing a book signing, though. They are doing a book signing because they wrote the book jointly. And it's like a sequel to his other popular book. And it's at Barnes & Noble in Palm Desert.
And we will be there because he's asked his friends to support him and to come to the bookstore because he's doing a lecture on the book. So I'm interested to hearing about the book, but mostly to see Michelle because I really miss her.
Also, you guys, he just did a TED Talk, and it's up on YouTube. So if you plug in Sean Kanan TED Talk, you can see his TED Talk, which is a big deal because it's hard to get those. Also want to say hi to the chat room. B. Claudia is in the chat room. We want to give a shout out to Dawn, who had shoulder surgery, so she's not in the chat room. Lady Lake is out.
Dawn had shoulder surgery?
Yes.
That's fake news. She had triple D's put in.
No, she didn't.
She did. She had triple D breast implants put in. And now she's going to do porn.
Yeah, right.
Right,
anyway,
Dawn? Right, Dawn?
Anyway, Dawn, we're sending good vibes your way. Same thing with Cindy Lady Lake. She's been under the weather also. Stefan Bell is
She
in the
also
chat room.
had triple D's put in.
Stefan Bell is in the the chat room. So say hi to Tina for us.
Yeah, send Tina my love. I love Tina.
And what else? So we want to thank everybody for tuning in every week. Last week's show did really good. People really liked Bill Russell a lot. I got a lot of great comments for it, and we got lots of plays. I think we got like over 3 million plays.
It was a good show.
So it was a lot of fun. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. Please continue listening to us on Red Circle or Apple Podcasts.
And please watch us. I said to Jimmy, people say we're famous. I have no idea that we're famous. I mean, no one ever comes up to me and says, are you Ron Russell? They did with my Set the Record Straight show, TV show, but not with this. And I said to Jimmy, how come they say we're so famous all over the world? I don't feel it. And he said, because we're radio and people don't know what we look like. And you're missing out if you don't know what I look like, because I will absolutely make you feel delightful. If you see my handsome face lights up everyone. I mean, if you got to see me, I'm just divine.
I think so. Yeah, you guys, we definitely because we're mostly an audio show. We started out as audio. That's where our audience is. So for every 1,000 people who watch us, we get like 1 million people who listen to us.
But I have done 11,000 shows.
No, 1,100.
I've done 1,100 shows. 1,100 plus my Get the Record Straight show. I don't know how many. So I've been interviewing for the last 27 years, 30 years, I don't know. And I'm not Graham Norton. And I didn't get anywhere.
We should, though, be. We're better than Graham Norton.
So I'm pissed off because I'm funny. I am the Howard Stern of the geriatric set. And I just wish that we had more, when you work all these years without gratification, it's not good. You want people to come up to you and say, gee, I enjoy you. I like your show. It makes you go on. It makes you feel like you're doing something. I left Facebook today, and I said that I will no longer be writing on Facebook because of the lies on Facebook. I can't take it anymore. too much lying and too much nasty remarks. I mean, I could write, "I love flowers," and then somebody will write, "Trump just destroyed every flower in the world." You know what I mean? I get a negative from a positive, and that's not me. I don't like negativity. I avoid it with like the plague. To me, negativity is what kills us. And I like to live in a positive world. I know you may say I'm a dreamer or stupid, but a positive world is a world where we're happy. We all are together. There is no prejudice. We all live in the same planet. In other words, we live together again.
We try to get along.
And we get along. That's my positive thought. It's so much nicer to have people smile at you, no matter who you are or who you voted for. It's nice to have people like you. So that's my problem. I feel that nobody out there really gives a shit about me, that I just come here and blow it out my ass every week. And I don't know.
If you were on those social media and you read all the comments and stuff, then you would see stuff.
Who
but you're
reads
not.
comments? I mean, I just spin my wheel. I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. 1,100 shows. Somebody should come up to me and say, "Are you Ron Russell?"
Well, they came up to you on Friday night and said, "Are you Jimmy Star?"
No, that's not what happened. No. See how he lies. He's another one. He's another one that twists everything.
That's not what you told me.
You are. No. I walked in and they thought I was Jimmy Star.
That's right. That's what I just said.
No, because you were the one that put our names down on the book, and you put Jimmy Star and guest.
I did not. I put Jimmy Star and Ron Russell. We were each allowed to bring a
Well,
guest.
the guy thought I was you, and he realized after I was, and he said, "Oh my God, you're Ron Russell." I said, "Yeah." So he knew.
There you go. See, he knew who you were.
Of course he knew who I was, because I know him. He's a friend. He wasn't a stranger listening to our show. Oh, Jimmy.
We're going to get actually some of his people on the show. He works with some people that I want to get on the show.
Good.
So it should be fun.
Good.
But anyway, keep listening, everybody. Please listen to us on Red Circle.
And watch us. We're on your cell phone. We're all over the place. We're on every device there is. There's no way that you can't find us on something somewhere in the world. Plus, we go all over the world. Our show is wherever, I guess, English is spoken.
All right.
Now, I'm not finished with the sales pitch. Now, England, you like Graham Norton? You like Harvey Brownstone? Well, you're going to like us.
We were number 7 in England.
I don't want to be number 7 in England. I want to be number 1 in England.
Anyway, our guest is here, so I got to finish my ad.
I'm not finished.
Okay.
You're very rude. So, England, please, what can I say? Watch us.
That's right. Check us out. All right, you guys, you can hear us on Red Circle, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, TuneIn, Amazon Prime, and 360 TVN. We're on about 150 other platforms, but those are the ones that are most popular that everybody knows.
With all of that, wouldn't you think people would know who we are?
All of those are listening platforms. No, they're not video platforms.
Well, I have to give a description of myself to you people watching. I look 25. I'm 6 foot tall. I have a body of death. I mean, I work out. I got muscles like you can't believe. I got a 6-pack that everybody faints from. I'm also quite endowed, and I'm intelligent, and I have beautiful, beautiful black hair. And I am just totally stunningly gorgeous. I am a sex symbol.
All right. So we're going to bring on our first guest. Let's go ahead and bring him in. Hello. Oh, can you hear us?
Hi there.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay. You're a little low on my
I can
end.
hear you. Yep.
Is there a way to turn him up a little on my end, Juan? Let's see.
Didn't I give a good description of myself?
Perfect.
All right, you guys. So, Ivan, first of all, I want to ask you a question. I watched a bunch of interviews with you on YouTube just to figure out how to pronounce your last name. Is it Doroschuk?
That's it.
Doroschuk. All right, and it's Ivan, not Ivan, right?
No, it's Ivan. If you're speaking English, it's Ivan.
All right, you guys. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, superstar musician from Men Without Hats, Ivan Doris Chuck. Hello and welcome to the show. Yay!
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
If you're not going to talk on this show, I'm going to have to beat you when I see you.
He's going to talk. I think we have a little delay.
A little delay.
Yeah.
My daughter loves. That's one of your songs. When she was a young girl, she used to stand on her bed and get her hair and do this like the girl in your video.
Safety Vance.
And my other daughter would sit there laughing her head off, the little one. So we know who you are, and we know your music, and we like your music. So you're in good company.
Which is great. So
Great,
this
thank
is
you.
I'm
he
coming.
said, thank you. There's a delay. Just
I'm gonna
relax.
pull
There's a
his-
delay.
I'm gonna-
Relax.
When I meet him, I will pull his beard.
Anyway, so this is Ron Russell. I'm Jimmy Star. We have a chat room filling up with people. Juan said there's a couple of seconds delay, so you have to wait a couple seconds for him to be able to respond.
Why is there?
I don't know, just because he. Where are you actually? Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Vancouver Island in Canada.
Vancouver Island in Canada.
Where?
He's on an island. His Wi-Fi is probably not.
It's on the
great.
West Coast. It's on the it's
What are you doing on an island?
right across from Seattle.
Right across from Seattle. Is it freezing cold there?
Oh,
Is it really cold there right now?
Well, it's cold today. It snowed last night, but so
Like, how cold is it? Like, we're in
It's-
Palm Springs, so it's like 80 yesterday. It was 80.
yeah. Well, it's about 30, 35 here.
Okay, that's like
You know-
freezing.
every time I go to Seattle, it's raining. I don't know why. Is there something to do with? I don't know what. Why does it always rain? Is it raining on your island?
No, it's not raining. It was like it's snowing a bit, but that's about it.
Nothing. But do you get a lot of rain like Seattle?
No, we don't. We don't get as
No.
much as Seattle or Vancouver. No, it's,
Oh, I mean, Seattle is forever raining. It's like
it's a lot
really,
nicer here.
They must have mold all over the place.
All right, you guys. So Ivan is with the band Men Without Hats. He is the great voice that you hear through all the songs. They're, in case you don't know who they are, for anybody who might be younger coming on, they're a new wave synth pop band from Montreal, Quebec. But you are actually born in the States someplace, I read, right?
Born just outside of Chicago. Yeah.
I love it. And
Oh, so that's why you don't mind snow and cold. Chicago is another place that I went to one time. We did a show there in February, and I got our manager and I said, "You ever do this to us again, I'll kill you."
Yeah, it's cold.
Book us in Chicago in February. We had to hang on ropes because the wind was blowing us off the ice. I said, "What the hell is this all about?" I don't like cold.
he chooses it though, so there you go. So you guys got a lot going on. I noticed that you're going on tour with for the Totally Tubular Festival, and I'm bringing it up, number one, because it's got great bands on it, and number two, Martha Davis has been on our show a bunch of times. She raises llamas
Yeah, she's
someplace
great.
on a farm. She raises like llamas or something on a farm, and she actually was on her phone walking us around, showing us all the animals on her farm wherever
Right.
she like lives.
Yeah,
Um,
we did a tour with her last year. We toured with her too.
I hate this delay.
It's okay. That's what we can do. He's on an island.
Awful.
So tell us a little bit. So you guys, Men Without Hats, you guys, they had a bunch of hits. Their biggest hit, I believe, the biggest hit was the Safety Dance. It was worldwide top 10, number 3 in the United States, and then you followed it up with Pop Goes the World, and that was also a huge hit. And tell us a little bit about how like Men Without Hats actually got together. Did he hear me or no?
Well, it was late 70s. It was the dying days of disco. And everybody was kind of forming a band back then. It was DIY kind of times. And
Yeah.
I was going to university and just decided that being in a band was a lot more fun. And we just put one together, and kind of the rest is history.
So what were you going to school for that you
We've been
stopped?
touring.
going-
I put the band back together in about 2010,
Yes, I
and
wrote that down.
we've been on the road since 2010 now, and
Well, your
been actually
music,
a lot busier now than I was in the 80s. So
Isn't that funny? So what did you drop out of school? What were you gonna be before you became a pop star?
I was in electronic journalism. I was studying film and communications at McGill University.
Oh, that's cool.
So
I like that because we do a lot of stuff in films. I'm a producer. He's an actor. We've got a bunch of films we're going to be shooting later this year, and so the film thing that goes really well for us. So when you guys were,
Cool.
so do you think you're more popular now than you were then, like as far as touring and stuff goes?
well, we've been to a lot more places. We've been. I've been to like way more places now than I did in the 80s. We've been like hitting like South. We went to South Africa. We went to Australia. We've been to Scandinavia a few times. These are places we never hit the first time in the 80s. So 80s music is still happening these days. It's great. We get to see our original fans, and
you know,
they-
there were two periods when music was the best: the 1940s and the 1970s and 80s. That's when music was the best. I love the 80s. DeBarge, I mean, come on, give me a break. Ashford and Simpson, oh my God. I mean, we had such music back then. It was so fabulous. What happened? The crap we have today,
Yes.
what is this
these
shit?
were great.
I love it all, and you've been on
Oh, I
tour with a
love it.
bunch of different people. So I'm actually I worked for a record label for many years, and they had Howard Jones on the label. They had a bunch of 80s people, but you went on a Regeneration tour with Berlin and Andy Bell and Howard Jones, and then you did it's Believe It or Not, you did an album, Love in the Age of War, and it was produced by Dave Ogilvy of Skinny Puppy, and I actually met him one time at a Skinny Puppy concert back in the day. It wasn't in the 2000s though. I think it was in like the 90s or so. It was been a long time ago. And I even so I've been a big fan of you and your music for a long time. I actually had your solo album. Came out I think in 1997. It was called The Spell. I really liked The Spell and the song Open Your Eyes. Those were like really good songs. I even liked it when you guys tried to go
Thank you.
rock. And you put out that rock, you put out like a rock album. I don't know if it was a whole album, but you put out a rock music, which maybe wasn't as successful as the other stuff. But I like that too, because you guys are talented musicians in your own right.
But like I said, my daughter was a teenager when your songs came out.
Yeah.
So of course
It's called Sideways.
She brought your
Oh, yes.
She brought your music into our house. And that's why I know your music, because I'm 84. And I was a little old at the time for your
Cool.
music. But my daughter, who was a teenager, brought you in. And I enjoyed it. I think your music is happy.
Oh, no, it's very happy.
Nice.
So-
It's fun,
So you
fun
guys,
music.
you can follow Ivan on Instagram. It's at Men Without Hats. Their website is safetydance.com. So you also did Pop Goes the World, which is also a great song. And then I read an article about, tell us how you guys got your name, Men Without Hats. I wrote it down, and I'll see if it's what's on the internet is the same thing that you tell us.
We grew up in Montreal, which is it's a pretty cold place in the winter. But we had this theory that real men don't wear hats in the winter, so that's where we got our name from.
That's what it says. On the internet, it says, style before comfort. Refused to wear hats during the cold winters, calling themselves Men Without Hats because that wasn't stylish for you guys to wear hats.
Yeah, but Montreal was a hell of a city. We used to drive up from New York all the time. And I had the best. I love Montreal. I had the best time there.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, it was great. I was frontline center for the disco movement, and Montreal was a big disco town. It was the Little Apple.
No,
The Little Apple.
we used to go up there for the gay bars because they had the best men. The most handsome men
Limelight.
were.
You remember the Limelight Club?
Remember the Limelight? He said.
Sure,
Did you guys play the Limelight?
sure. That was
Surely
a
you
big.
did.
That was a big club, Limelight. Sure.
No,
Actually,
did
I
you
hung
guys
out
play
there.
the
I hung out there as a kid.
He hung out there as a kid at Limelight. That's fucking cool.
No,
though.
no,
Limelight was a
we,
big deal.
I used to go dancing there.
you're talking about Limelight, New York. The old
No,
church.
the Limelight Club in Montreal was the big.
Oh, Montreal, right?
That,
'cause
that
there
was in New York. Yeah.
Right,
Montreal had a
right,
big
right.
club called the Limelight, the big gay disco
we-
in Montreal.
We went to all the club. 4 or 5 guys. We'd all get in the car. So let's go up to Montreal like it was nothing. And we drove up to It's not far. And we drove up to Montreal, and we made the town crazy. Also, they loved me because of my New York accent, my Brooklyn accent. So they would say, "Oh, let me hear you talk." I'd say, "Okay, what do you want me to say?" So we had fun up there. There was a very special person I knew, Paul Canyon, who owned Absolute, the studio, the movie studio Absolute up there. Anyway, that's another story.
Mhm.
But yeah, Montreal, fond memories. But we used to go in the summer.
So I have a question then. So how did
Yeah,
you
it's a
decide?
great place.
I loved it. It was fun. It was and it's a beautiful city, Montreal, and very clean. It's immaculate.
Yep.
So what did you do? Well, I know you did solo work and rock album and stuff, but from the time you guys stopped working till 2010, were you doing music for other people, or what were you actually doing a lot of? Because that's a little bit of a
I was
window.
I was a stay-at-home dad raising my son.
Oh, good for you. Is your son a musician?
I took a bunch of time off just to raise my son.
That's very cool. Is
Where's
he a,
your son?
is he a
No, no.
musician? No, he's not a
Told him
musician.
if he ever wanted to get a music business, he had to be a lawyer.
What do you think?
He said his son is not in the music business. He told his son if he ever wants to be in the music business, he has to be a lawyer, which is true because everybody gets screwed. We have so many friends
Oh,
that's we're very good friends with the girls from Expose, and they used to sell out arenas and make no money. And the guy from Extreme and CeCe Peniston, all kinds of people that we've had on the show have lost money.
CeCe Peniston got screwed the most because they used her song "Finally" in Priscilla
Queen of the Desert.
Queen of the Desert without giving her a nickel or getting her permission. Could you imagine? They had the nerve to
and
do
it was
that.
a huge hit film.
And the Finally, it happened to me. It's a great song. And they used it in Priscilla. And she never got a nickel.
Yeah.
So I told her she could still go after them.
So what I want to do real quick is I want to play the safety dance real quick for everybody, for people, because we have like a 50 to 70-year-old audience, but we do get a lot of younger people, and if they don't know who it is, this will make them aware so they can go to all your shows. So we're going to play the safety dance video real quick, and it's like 3 minutes or something, and we'll be right back. But I want you to introduce it for us, and then Juan's going to play it, and hopefully we don't get in trouble. So introduce it for us.
They may kick us off.
Okay, hey
Go ahead,
everybody, this is Ivan from Men Without Hats, and this is the safety dance. You can dance if you want to.
Oh my God.
We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind. Cause your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. See, we can go where we want to, places they will never find. And we can act like we come from out of this world, leave the real one far behind. We can dance. We can go if we want to. Night is young and so am I. And we can dress real neat from our hearts to our feet and surprise them with a victory cry. Say, we can act if we want to. If we don't, nobody will. And you can act real rude and totally removed, and I can act like an imbecile. I say, we can dance, everything's out of control. We can dance, they're doing it from pole to pole. We can dance, everybody look at at your hands. Oh, we can dance, oh, we can dance. Everybody's taking the chance. Safe to dance, oh, well, it's safe to dance. Yes, it's safe to dance. We can dance if we want to. We've got all your life in mind. As long as we abuse it, never gonna lose it. Everything will work out right. I say we can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind. Because your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. I say we can dance, everything's out of control. But we can dance, we're doing it from pole to pole. But we can dance, everybody look at your hands. But we can dance, everybody's taking a chance. Well, it's safe to dance, yes, it's safe to dance. Well, it's safe to dance, well, it's safe to dance. Yes, it's safe to dance, it's safe to dance. Well, it's safe to dance, it's safe to dance. Oh, it's safe to dance, oh, it's safe to dance. Oh, it's safe to dance, oh, it's safe to dance.
Yay! Safety dance, men without hats.
Does that bring back memories for me of my kid with the hair?
The blonde-haired girl, his daughter has blonde hair, also long
She had
blonde hair,
long-
just like that.
Long blonde hair. And she used to. Anyway, you were quite a hottie. You were good looking when you were young. I didn't.
When you were young, you know.
Well, he's not young now.
I know, but he could still be good looking.
No, now you know what? When I was young, they used to say, "You're good looking." Now that I'm old, you know what they say? You look good for your age.
85 in 2 months.
Imagine old fucks that we are.
You still have all your hair though, right? Because you're in a ponytail now, right? So you still have long
no,
hair.
but you were really
Yeah,
cute.
yeah.
Good guy.
So back when you first came out, were like girls
Thank you.
throwing panties on stage and stuff for you when you were out performing? Were you like Tom Jones and the girls are throwing panties everywhere?
They weren't throwing panties, but I was doing okay.
He said they weren't throwing panties, but I was doing okay. I'll bet though, because
I'll
like
bet you were. Because I did okay when I was young too. You know, we have memories, thank God for that.
so what was your favorite place to play back then? And then what's your favorite place to play now?
Well, back then was New York. We loved playing in New York. We played at, you know, there was all kinds of clubs back then. Our first club we played in New York was the Mud Club.
Who?
So
The
that
Mud
was
Club.
quite an experience.
I don't
And,
know that. I'm from New York and I thought I knew every club. Where was the Mud Club?
It was down I think it was. Oh, I'm not even sure where it was exactly, but
I've never heard of the Mud
I think it
Club.
was down in the Bowery, but I'm not sure.
Lower Village.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one I missed.
yeah, it was in the lower.
Again, you know what it was? I was already
It was on Broome Street in
Broome
New York.
Street. Yeah. See, I was already in my 30s,
There you go. Yeah,
my late 30s, so I wasn't interested in that. I was with Johnny Mathis all my life.
Does he know? He knows Johnny Mathis.
Of course he knows Johnny Mathis. Who doesn't know
sure,
Johnny?
for sure.
And I had the pleasure of getting to know him 3 times. So he's a wonderful guy. Very kind, very soft, very sweet.
So
Mhm.
who were some of your, when you were younger, before you became Men Without Hats, who were some of your musical influences that made you want to become a musician?
David Bowie.
There you go. That's a good
um,
one.
You know, just he was the main guy though. He was the main guy. I
I
grew
like
up in the
Bowie.
'70s.
Yeah, he's amazing. Do you listen to modern music now? Like, do you listen to any of the music that's out now?
Not really, not really.
I
I'm
don't
still
either.
still listen to my.
Yeah, so me too.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of 70s and 80s.
I never put the radio on because of the shit that's on the radio. I hate it. Rap. Disgusting. They're not singing, they're talking. It's stupid. You know, what happened to music? They trashed everything today, even music. I'm furious about that. But then again, you know, if Johnny's playing, you go to, you know, Johnny's 92 and he's in concert still. And he still sings beautifully for 92. That's talent.
We listen.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of 80s, like new wave music, and a lot of 90s, like dance music, like Expose and Stevie B and people like that. Because I'm a publicist, and they're all my clients, and so I'm always in that world. So love it.
I'm happy and proud to say that We Are Family, which is the gay song now, because
Sister Sledge.
Sister Sledge. I'm friends with both of them, and I love the girls. They are sweethearts. Very nice girl, very religious, raised by a good mother who taught them all good values. They're not whores, they're not druggies, they're just lovely girls. And their song is beautiful.
So let's talk a little bit. So you got two. First of all, you guys again followed Ivan on Instagram, Men Without Hats, SafetyDance.com. They have released 2 albums in the last couple of years. I wrote down Men Without Hats again, part 1 and part 2, one in 2021 and one in 2022. I do not have them, so I didn't hear them. Is that new songs, or is that old songs redone, or what is that?
Well, the part 1 is covers. We do songs like Lou Reed's "Satellite of Love" and "All the Young Dudes" by Mott the Hoople. We redo those songs. And the part 2 is all new songs. It's 10, 12 new songs. And
so you don't think anything?
We have a new
bad-
single coming out this year. So
Can you tell us the name or no? Or doesn't have one yet? Oh, I think he froze. There we go.
of the
Can
new
you tell us-
single? No,
Yeah.
we're it's a surprise. We're going to release. It's going to be released in a couple of months. So
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll look for that.
So you're not a.
we have a live album that was just released.
Stevie Nicks.
Oh, that's good.
Stevie Nicks said she will not record anything anymore because they pirate everything she records, and she doesn't make any money. So Stevie Nicks shut down completely. She only does tours. How do you feel about being stolen?
Well, I have in my jeans. I have this little pocket. You know the little pocket in your jeans, and the
Yes.
the little pocket there. That's
Uh-huh.
where I keep all my Spotify money.
You know those little change pockets in your jeans, that little teeny one? He said that's where he keeps his Spotify money, meaning like he doesn't make any.
But that's awful. I think that's terrible, the way they can pirate somebody's music today and sell it. They make the money, but not the star. Anyway, so do you agree with Stevie or not?
Yeah, I do.
You
I think it's terrible. I think you have to get like 1 million streams, on Spotify to make like $12 or something. I mean, it's just terrible.
Horrible. Just terrible.
But I think I noticed on your website that you guys actually sell vinyl, right? Like vinyl, different stuff you can get on your website. I
Yeah, we
think,
have-
and t-shirts.
We have a new live album out now on vinyl too. It's vinyl's the new thing now. It's going back. It's going back full circle.
Yeah, which
People
I
are going to be
love.
wanting cassettes, 8 tracks pretty soon.
I hope they don't because I got rid of all of mine.
Why would they want vinyl? Vinyl scratches. I was so happy when vinyl went out and tape came in, and then of course everything else, because it was a better recording, clearer, cleaner. Who wants?
Everything old is new again.
Yeah, but not a fucking vinyl.
Yeah, it's
scratchy thing. I mean, come on.
Plus, you can autograph them and put them on the wall. Like I have different old vinyl albums from back then that are signed by the artists, on my wall.
I have a collection of vinyl. I have Johnny Manthis' Heavenly, Faithfully, all of his albums, and I have Connie Francis, Doris Day. I'm not lying. They're the original recording, the LPs. I have them still. I put them in a box and they somehow traveled with me packed for years. And then one day I opened them and I said, oh my God, I have Madhavani. A Madhavani album.
I don't know what that is.
Madhavani was a wonderful musician, orchestra. I have a collection of good ones, but they're all scratched. You know, they're not good quality anymore.
But if you guys want to get a Men Without Hats vinyl, you can go to safetydance.com. You can get them. You can get the T-shirts with the Men Without Hats. And he's going on tour at the Totally Tubular Festival. Starts on June 27th. I wrote down with Right Said Fred, Haircut 100, The Tubes, The Motels, Animotion, The Escape Club, and Musical Youth. They're the only ones I wasn't sure who was Musical Youth. He's starting a 2025 European tour on August 27th, and he's been on tour with everybody: Wang Chung, The Motels, Naked Eyes, Howard Jones, Berlin, Andy Bell. Who were some of your favorite people back in the day when you would go on tours? Who were some of the bands that were fun to tour with for you?
Oh, we toured with Roxy Music.
Oh yeah,
Roxy Music was a big one we went on tour with. We loved that tour. But Human League, all kinds of people. We've toured with pretty much everybody, so they were all great.
I like all of them. I really do miss the 80s. I'm so glad that
B-52s.
Oh, we love them. So we've had Fred. We had Fred from B-52s has been on the show, and they're a lot of fun, and he was a lot of fun. My partner lives in New York, and so she does a lot of events with him. And plus, Love Shack is Love Shack is like Safety Dance. It's such like an iconic song. As soon as everybody hears it, they start dancing around and playing, and it all goes well. And I'm very happy.
Let's talk about dancing, okay? In the 70s and 80s, we danced with some kind of style. We had steps, you know what I mean? We followed some kind of a something. Today, they jump up and down like morons, like they're on fire, and the music is playing some weird shit. I have no idea. There's no rhythm. There's no beat. You can't dance. Fred Astaire couldn't dance today. He would not be able to dance to today's music, or Gene Kelly. Neither one could. There is no rhythm. There is no beat. There is no meaning. It's all stupidity. Just stupid music.
He doesn't like house music.
No, with stupid people.
Wait, see if he likes. Do you listen to any house music like EDM and stuff like that? Like I personally, we don't listen to a lot of it. I work with a lot of people who do it.
No, but I like club.
Well, that's the same.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Club. If I go to a gay bar now, a dance bar like in Palm Springs, they played the best music. It's got rhythm. You could dance, boom, 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 but same beat, but boom, 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 boom.
Do you listen to dance music that's not your own?
I listen to like things, just 70s stuff, like Barry White and
beautiful,
all the old disco stuff.
I also like if you go on Spotify and you hit love songs, they play all the best slow songs ever written in the 70s.
I love disco. I think disco music was fabulous.
He came at the end of that too. So
disco music, I loved it. I used to go to Studio 54, so that was the place for disco. And I remember when what the hell is her name? Last Dance.
Donna Summers.
Donna Summers was going to be there one Saturday night. Couldn't get in, but I got in because my brother-in-law supplied all the cocaine to the guy that owned the club. So he was able to get me in. And I remember when Donna Summers sang Last Dance and the balloons came down to smoke, the whistles, it was like an insane asylum. And it was the best night ever in my life, the best. Studio had music. Oh, I loved it. I had a good life. I'm so sorry I'm old. Because I don't do anything anymore. I go from my bed to a chair to eat, and then I go sit and watch television.
That's not true. You're on movie sets. You're making movies.
When I'm working in a film, it's one thing. But if I'm not on a film, I'm dead.
So okay, one more thing to talk about too. So you play, besides being the lead singer, I wrote down that you do vocals, keyboards, bass, drums, and synthesizers. So basically, you learned how to play everything.
Yeah. My mother was a music teacher. My mother was a voice teacher. So I grew up in a very musical family. I grew up playing piano and eventually, moved over to guitar and drums and bass. And so I play a bunch of instruments, but my mom was a big influence on me. She really encouraged me to make music, and very musical family. My dad was an amateur country musician too with his father, and they used to play with guys like Hank Snow and Hank Williams and all those people in the prairies in Canada here. So it was a lot of music, a lot of musical influence in my family.
So when you dropped out of school, they were okay with the fact, because they supported the idea of the whole music in the first place.
Oh yeah. When
My
we first
parents-
started, we played in punk clubs. And they used to show up at the punk clubs and to see us play. So it was great.
Oh no, that's
No,
really cool.
I quit school at 16 because I said I've learned to read and write and do math. What the hell am I going to do with the rest of that crap? I'm an actor. And I left and I went into film. And I've been in film for 64 years. So I'm not unhappy with my decision. Because had I stayed in school, I would never have been in my first movie, which was with Tab Hunter and Sophia Loren. You don't get those breaks in life. Those breaks don't come easy.
My parents would have fucking killed me if I would have dropped out of school. But it works out because I'm a producer and I have to do finance and stuff, so my degree actually helps. So it's an okay thing.
I was an actor at 7 or 8. My mother was an actress, so that's why I got it from my old lady.
So how old were you when you started then playing an instrument? You must have been young, because the band started when you were pretty young.
Yeah, I was young when I first started playing. I was my early teens.
You see that?
Yeah, so
what did you pick up first?
Did you know at say 7, 8 years old that you were going to be a musician?
No, I didn't.
You didn't. With all that musical background.
When punk rock happened. When punk rock happened, and everybody started doing bands. That's when I created my first band, put my first band together when everybody else was doing it. So up until then, I was just like a hobby for me.
Oh, see, I was 7 and 8 years old doing shows in my backyard. I would have the kids come and I would sing. I don't know. They used to leave, of course. They didn't stay for the show. But I didn't give a shit. I had an audience for a minute. I always was. No, you have to love the business. It's a tough business. You know that.
That's why he told his son to be an attorney.
It is.
Show business is tough.
So we have a fan of the show who's in the chat room, and she's from Germany. Her name is B. Claudia. And she says, number one, like, you guys go to Germany a lot, but everywhere you go is far away from Cologne, and she lives in Cologne. So she says, you guys need to go to Cologne, number one. And number two, could you just do a shout out to B. Claudia for me? Because she'll love that, since she doesn't get to see you and she loves you.
Hey, B. Claudia, how you doing? Wie
There you
geht's?
go.
She's a sweetheart. She's one of our most favored fans. She loves us and we love her. And we've grown to know her over the years.
Yes, over the years.
Over the years,
I actually Facebook her all the time.
and we've never met her, but we feel like she's our friend.
She's
Facebook
fabulous.
does do some nice things. I mean, this thing that
No,
we're
she
on.
wrote thank you. She said she's double dead. So I have a question. Do they ever ask you to say a line, to do a line from the song so we can hear your voice? Is that something you can do? Like, can you say "We Can Dance" when you want to, just real deep, like if you were going to sing it?
Sure.
Go ahead.
We can dance if you want to. We can dance if you want to. We can leave your friends behind.
Now you sound like you have a little bit of an English clip. How's
Oh,
that?
I don't think he
I'm
does.
Canadian. I'm
I
Canadian.
think I can hear that. When you say things like, "Oh yeah," I can hear that a Canadian comes out big time.
No, but you know what? In Canada, there's the French and the English Canada. People that are on the French side, they have a French English accent. And the others, you have an English accent because you're from the English part of Canada. You're not, what is it? What do they call Quebecian? No, they call the French one something
Quebecers.
else.
Quebecers.
Right,
J'ai grandi en français. Je suis allé à l'école en français aussi.
right.
So you learned it all.
I had a friend in the French sector. We went to a restaurant, and the restaurant was La Falaise de Saint-Michel, the cliffs of Saint-Michel. And I thought I'd show off because I speak Italian, so I figured I could do a little French. And I said to the waiter, I wanted un plat of something, and I didn't know that plot meant a woman's snatch.
He always gets in trouble for
I was saying I wanted a plate, so I figured plate, plot, make a plate French. No, it's not nice. So the waiter went hysterical. He said, "You want la plate?"
That's just funny as shit.
I said, "No, a plate."
So you guys, this is Ivan from Men Without Hats. Please, let's follow them on Instagram at Men Without Hats. Check out safetydance.com. I think it's so cool that you guys are touring again all over the place because you guys are, brought the 80s is my generation. That's when I was in high school and college. And that's when I loved the music, and I still listen to it now. So I wish you all the best of luck with everything that you're doing with it. I also want to thank Corey for helping set this thing up. And we wish you all the best with everything. Can't wait for the new single. And thanks so much for coming on the show.
And I hope you can fill both pockets with the money you make. Not just your watch pocket.
So thank you so
Okay.
much, Ivan, for coming on the show. And we'll see you on tour.
Thank you, Ivan.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Have fun.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yay. So you guys, B. Claudia is very happy. She says, thank you for the kind words. B's the best.
Oh, I meant them, B. You know me. If I didn't believe them, I wouldn't say them.
I think it's a lot of fun.
How many years are we friends with you, B? A lot of years.
Yeah, at least
At
probably
least
7 or so.
10 years, maybe?
Maybe 7. I don't know. But B, anyway, you rock. Stefan, you rock. Tina rocks.
And Stefan, I have a message for you. Good thing I'm straight. Otherwise, I would take Tina away from you.
And B says 7 or 8 years. So there you go.
Right.
All right, you guys. So we're going to take a little music break. I had another song that we were going to play, but I didn't get it in the right format. So instead, we're going to play Emblem 3. They did a cover of Adele's Hello, and since Emblem 3 is one of my all-time favorite bands, I think we're going to play that. So we're going to take a quick music break. Our next guest doesn't come on for about 10 or 15 minutes, and so we'll come back and talk. But here is Adele's Hello, performed by Emblem 3. Check it out.
Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet to go over everything. They say that time's supposed to heal ya, but I ain't done much healing. Hello, can you hear me? I've been in California dreaming about who we used to be when we were younger and free. I've forgotten how it felt before the world fell at our feet. There's such a difference between us and a million miles. Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done, but when I call you, never seem to be at home. Hello from the outside. At least I can say that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but that don't matter. Clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore. Hello, how are you? It's so typical of me to talk about myself, I'm sorry. I hope that you're well. Did you ever make it out of that town where nothing ever happened? It's no secret that the both of us are running out of time. Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done, but when I call you, never seem to be home. Hello from the outside. At least I can say that I'm trying to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but that don't matter. Clearly, doesn't tear you apart anymore. Anymore. Yeah.
Hey everybody, that's Emblem 3 with their cover of Adele's Hello. And everybody loves Adele too, so I thought it was a good combination of something different. And so we have 10 minutes. What would you like to talk about, my sir? We should talk about something that we've seen, because we're an entertainment show. Well, we haven't seen too much lately, though.
We talked about it already.
We went on Tubi, though, you guys. We do watch a lot of stuff on Tubi, so I want to give a plug because my film Purgatorium is on Tubi, and people have been telling me they have a trouble finding it because there's several Purgatorium movies on Tubi. So if you plug in Purgatorium 2020 on Tubi, you will find it, and that's the one that I'm involved with. So please check it out. We saw a bunch of good movies on there like lately, but I can't remember what they were. And Tubi is actually a really good platform to check things out. So check out Purgatorium on Tubi, and check out The Beast Inside. It's on all the platforms, Amazon Prime and Apple Podcasts, or Apple iTunes, and all those different places. So check out both of those films so we can make some money. And what else? What else you got? Anything?
I don't have anything more to say. I've said it all.
No, you haven't said it all.
I have to. Well, I want to talk about myself and how gorgeous I am and my body. I just pressed 500.
Oh, so B says I need to plug Dark Frights, you guys. So check out check out our horror publication. It's called Dark Frights Magazine. It's darkfrights.com, DARKFRIGHTS.com, and it's it's Dark Frights Mag. I'm sorry, I'm like having a brain fart. Dark Frights Mag is what you can follow on social media. They're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Like the Facebook page, and check out Dark Frights Horror News, the little show that I do, like little 10-minute show I do a couple times a week. We want to thank everybody for tuning in, because for a new show, it's gotten close to 500,000 plays. So thanks for listening to it, and I guess that's mostly it, but keep listening to our show on Red Circle, you guys, because Red Circle is a great platform. It puts us on iHeartRadio and all the other ones, but if you go directly to Red Circle and just plug in the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, it's a great place to listen to the show. And if you want to see the videos, you can see the videos on YouTube like now, because after this show, I download it and I put it up on the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell channel. And then we also are on 360 TVN, which is a other television network. Dark Frights is also on that one, so check them both out. But listen to us also.
I flipped out when I saw YouTube. There must be like 100 of our shows up there.
There's
more.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Every show is up there for the last like about 8 years or something.
You're kidding.
No, there's about 800. There's like hundreds of them.
I should go look at it to see some of the old shows.
Yeah, we're actually going back to some of the old people too that have been on in the past, and we're asking them to come back on. So you'll see some of those people coming soon, because I'm working on it, trying to get people to go, and we're trying to get some new great guests also. So we're working on it. Talk about World Star on Phoenix 5.
Talk about what?
No.
This is Astro, my baby.
This is Astro, everybody.
He's my 7-pound poodle terrier delight. And he's got nails that, look what they do to me. His fingernails get in my arms and make holes. And we have him trimmed at the poodle joint. But he didn't do that. He made holes in Daddy. He's making out with me. Excuse me. I'm into bestiality. Give me a kiss. That's it. No more loving. No more kissing for you. No more kissing for you.
You gotta love it. So I think what we're gonna do. So do you guys remember Eben Brown? He was on the show last year. I think it was last year because we were in this room, I think, when we did it. He was the lead singer of the Stylistics, which is a very popular band.
Oh, I love the Stylistics.
He's really good. He has a song.
You make me feel brand new. Oh, the Stylistics. They used to send me to another planet.
So he released a solo single called No Other Lover, and it came out about a year ago, I think, and this is just him, on his own. It's a little bit more up-tempo than a Stylistic song, I think, but we're going to play it for you guys real quick. It's called No Other Lover, Eben Brown. Take it away, Juan.
I wish it was You Make Me Feel Brand New. I love that song.
No.
I do.
Do you have it, Juan? I don't see it
If
going.
not, play You Make Me Feel Brand
He
New.
can't play that because we'll get in trouble, and we don't have it, and I haven't sent it to him. I have to send him the videos that get played.
He doesn't get it from
No,
someplace?
he gets it from there, but I don't see if he's got it. Eben Brown, No Other Lover. It should have been in today's videos that came today, you guys. Again, he's the lead singer of the Stylistics, and enjoy.
I just got to have you.
Hey everybody, so that was Eben Brown, No Other Lover. Again, he was the lead singer for the Stylistics. We had him on the show. I don't know, it must have been a year or two ago. I'm not even sure. I just liked it and thought we'd bring it out. So now we're going to bring on our next guest. Let's see if we can hear him.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. How are you guys doing? Here, let me just so you can see me. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good. So let me ask you a question. Is it
Okay.
Coulombe? How do you pronounce it?
Oh, it's Coulomb. Michael
Coulomb.
Coulomb.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I fucked that up all in the first when we were talking about you at the beginning of the show. I messed up. So Michael Coulomb.
Coulomb. Yeah, it's
Coulomb.
all vowels. It's French, so no one ever gets it.
Everybody's name.
I do fuck up everybody's name. All right,
Everybody's
Coulomb.
name.
That's okay.
Coulomb?
No one ever gets it right. Don't worry.
Coulomb. Yeah, I was saying Coulombe. Okay, Coulomb.
It looks like
all right,
Coulombe.
It could be pronounced Colombe.
That's how I pronounced it.
In
But,
Italian, it would be Colombe.
but we're
It's
gonna
actually
do it.
French. So the French word is Coulombe, but because it's
I
French
make
Canadian.
everybody
Coulomb.
Italian.
Oh yeah.
I make
Yeah.
everyone Italian.
He makes
Oh,
everybody.
that's fine. I'm fine. I love
You
Italian
You look
food.
like, you look like a wise guy, tough guy. You look
That's
like
just
you
because I'm
could
wearing
be-
a leather jacket.
No, you look like you could be a tough guy from Brooklyn.
Oh, well, thank you. I take
All
that
right,
as a
hold on,
compliment.
wait. We got to do an extra introduction. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the show the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, actor, producer, writer, director, script supervisor, Michael Coulomb.
Yay!
You got
Fanfare,
it right.
fanfare.
We're happy to have you on the show. You guys, Michael was scheduled to come on the show many months ago when I got sick and I had to cancel the show, and we haven't been able to get him back on because the motherfucker works all the time. He's a
I know I never ever take a break.
working dude, and he never takes a
Well,
break.
look at all the titles you just introduced him with. I
Yeah.
mean, he does everything but cook.
And I
I
didn't
don't when I'm
even
never
write-
home. I don't
I
have to
didn't-
cook when I'm on set all the time.
I didn't even write that you're also like a travel blogger, and sometime during this show we'll talk because you're getting ready to go on some big trips. So we'll talk about that in a minute also.
I am getting ready.
But let
to
me
go.
introduce you to my cool, outrageous man about town co-host Ron Russell,
It's a pleasure to meet you.
our dog Astro,
Oh my God, he's adorable. Hi, Astro.
and we have people in the chat room. Just say hi to the people in the chat room.
Hey, everybody in the chat room. Pleasure.
All right, so you guys. First
Okay,
of all-
first question. Let's get boring. So, what do you do?
no, you don't ask that. We never ask that.
No, but I want to ask that question because I hate it.
Okay, we'll get out of. What do I do, like for fun or like in general?
Out of all those things that Jimmy listed, what do you do? The best
So,
one.
so I started off in the industry as a script supervisor. That's the person that tracks continuity in a movie. You know, we make movies out of order, and so my job is to help post production put it back in order. That's how I got my start. I started
No, but
doing
wait
that.
a minute. What title would you hold?
Script
Wait,
supervisor.
shut the fuck up. Are you him?
He just said script supervisor. You didn't hear
You
him.
don't have to answer. I'm interviewing him, not you. Oh, I'm divorcing the son of a bitch as soon as I have $350. Could you loan me? Could you loan me $350?
He
I'll
just
pay-
said though.
I'll
Script
pay you back.
supervisor is his thing.
Yeah,
What title do you hold? Actor? Script?
no, a writer director.
No. Wait, he has to hold one important, one above all. He can't
Director.
do all equally.
Director.
Director.
Yeah,
Why? Why?
because it's it's something I always wanted to do when I was little, and script supervising is kind of what got me into that sort of road. And so that's my goal for the last like 2 years is to move into doing more writing and directing.
Now, question about being a director.
Yes, sir.
If I were on your set,
Yes.
where would you be and what would you do?
I'd probably be right in between the actors and then also back to like Video Village. So I like to sit by Video Village and sort of look at everything. And that's just because I've been doing that for years. But if you were an actor, you and I would have a great conversation. We talk about like what you're doing in the scene, what your motivation is, and then I go back to the monitor and sort of give you the space to do what you have to do. So
Would you
but I'm very
discuss-
collaborative.
Would you discuss my character with me?
Of course. Yeah. I feel
Then
like
you're a good director. You're a good director.
well, it's because I come from crew, and so like literally all I know how to do is make movies. So it frees me up to be able to just sit and talk to the actors and sort of help them get to because it's like I kind of steer the ship, but I want to allow the actors to give them the space they need to create the way they want.
No, I mean, I as an actor resent when I work in a movie and the director's in another room. I need
Right.
to know what I'm doing. In other words, I think my mind tells me what I'm doing is correct, but the camera may not. So I need a director
Right.
that's come over to me and say, Ron, change this to that, walk over there, don't walk over here. I need that. And if I don't have that in the movie, I find that what am I doing? It's
Right.
sloppy. It's sloppy.
Well, no, I'm very clever. I mean, as a director, like I never sit down. I'm always like making sure that every crew member, every person is like on the same page because I really want my sets to run like really because I have this philosophy that you prep the movie in pre-production and you go to set and execute. So like I think that we all should know what we're doing before we even get to set. That includes
Yes.
actors, that includes crew, that includes everything. So
Now that's perfect.
Last question to see if you're a good director
okay,
is,
yes,
do you believe in rehearsal?
yes, but you know that's
You're a
because
good
I
director.
started in
You're a good
film.
director.
I started in
Say
film,
that
so I
again?
understand the importance of rehearsals.
He had a movie that he did. We're not going to mention the movie, but
Oh, it's a piece
he
of
played a
shit.
priest, and he played a priest in
Oh,
the
no.
movie, and the director didn't really give any guidance, and the director was literally
In another
2
room.
rooms away. So the director
no.
was like
He was
he
watching.
was like 50 yards
He
away
was watching
on the
us
screen, watching on the screen.
on a monitor. He was watching
Yeah.
us work.
But it was 2 rooms away. It was like so far away you couldn't,
Right. Yeah, no,
he
I
couldn't
don't
get
believe in
any help,
that.
and he had a heart attack. So I want to
No,
go
I
back
got to
to
be close by.
I want to go back to script supervisor because we've never had one on here, and
Okay.
because we've both been in the business a long time. A lot of times we watch movies differently than other people do because we know what
Right.
happens behind the scenes. And I see all kinds of movies that the continuity is all like fucked up. So basically, that's what you do. You make sure as far as even simple things like you're in the same scene, but you shoot them at 2 different times, and that you got to make sure they got the same clothes on.
Or one
Right.
time I have a cigarette in my hand, and then the same scene, I don't have it anymore. When those bloops come into a film, take them out. But nowadays, they leave it in. We were watching a movie the other night where I think it was Joan Fontaine. It was an old movie. And
Okay.
Joan Fontaine had on a dress with flowers over here. And then there was a scene where she sits at the piano and the flowers were gone. So I thought that was terrible
Yeah, I
on,
hate that.
on the part of the script people or whoever watches over that.
Right. I will tell you though, there's been times where I'll catch those mistakes and I'll try to fix them, and sometimes the director's fine with it, or they don't care, they don't have time to reshoot it, or maybe they'll go and reshoot a scene. And I mean, our job is to try and minimize it as much as possible, but I mean, sometimes it's just there's 100 things that could go, that could
It
happen.
is so important because the audience notices. They think the audience doesn't, but they do.
Right. Well, it's
Uh,
like you spend all this money and time creating this world that you want your audience to believe in. It's like what you don't want to take them out of that world, as something as simple as
the
that.
other thing I'm critical about is the hairdresser.
Right.
The woman has bangs that go to the side. And in the same scene, the next scene, she's got bangs that split apart.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Now, that's bullshit. You have to photograph the hairdo
Right.
and then reproduce it because you can't have bangs moving around. So that's what makes a film cheesy. A
Right.
good film, a very good film with good professionals, doesn't have any of that because they
Right.
find that out and they correct it.
Well, I take continuity photos as soon as the actor comes to set, and then I also take screenshots just so we can keep track between takes and stuff. So I mean, there are the tools. We have the tools to do it, especially in this digital age. It's easier than ever.
So this
Well,
is
that's why we have hot sets.
But you guys, he's not you're not like when I say you're like an accomplished script supervisor, like I went down your IMDb, you have, I don't know, well over 200 films that you're the script supervisor on, and they're not like little $20,000 films. They're like real films.
No, but
Yeah.
you could have a very good film where something jumps because if it's a hot set and somebody moves something just an inch, and if they
Yeah.
shoot again, you see a cup move by itself.
Yeah, it's
It can
frustrating.
happen
Yeah.
in any film, even a $20 million film.
Right. I mean, there's like I said, our job is to try and minimize as much as possible. So for that reason, but we also log everything, and make sure that we have all the shots we need. It's like I did a movie one time. We were shooting overseas, and we did the same scene in 2 different countries, and we shot one half of it in one country, on the other half in another country. And the idea was of we're talking like they were 4 weeks apart. So it's like it's not just like the continuity. It's like making sure that we have all the coverage we need to have the scene cut. You know,
Yes.
and so it's like it's so funny. There is a job for it. People don't know what it is, but they don't realize the importance of it. It's like, and our job is literally to log everything that happens in the movie to make sure it's been covered. You know, so
You're
because you
our
don't.
first script supervisor. We have never had anybody who comes on as a not especially not anybody who's
No.
actually done it as a profession, like as a
Listen,
Oh, well,
professional
thank
script
years
supervisor.
years ago in film when I worked, not only did we have a supervisor, but we had a script girl.
That's what they're originally called, I believe. Yeah.
A script girl, yeah. And
Yeah.
she would sit there with the script, and if you needed a line, or if you
Yeah.
screwed up, she'd
Yeah, they
correct
do
you.
that's it, the same thing.
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
back then it was a script girl, but now it's a
Now it's a
script
script guy,
supervisor.
supervisor, which sounds better.
Right.
So we have a 6 Degree of Separation, a movie you just did.
Okay.
It's called Love Me Dead. The director is Josh Weber, and it was
Okay,
on your
yes.
IMDb with Dove Cameron, who Ron and I actually met at a red carpet premiere. We didn't know who she was. We had no idea that she was like
Oh,
the
she's a
super
Disney
famous
star. Yeah.
person. RJ Mitt, Robert Lasardo, who is been on the show a bunch, and he's a good friend of ours. And the movie is being the soundtrack is being composed by Randy Edelman, who's one of my clients.
Oh, nice.
And I asked him about it, and he said that he thinks that they're going to have a premiere in March, and that we get to go to the premiere. So, like,
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Yeah,
we'll
it was
get-
a fun film to work on.
Josh Weber's a great director. He's done a
Where's
bunch
the
of great
premiere
stuff
gonna be?
in LA.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
and Dove Cameron, we went to a movie premiere. We didn't know who she was,
Right.
but we were in a club after the premiere, and she was there. Her boyfriend was the star of it. Her boyfriend at that time was the star of the movie.
Right,
And
okay.
literally on the side, looking in the windows, because it was like an open thing, there was like 1,000 little kids.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can imagine. I
And I didn't know what they were. I kept looking at them going, what the hell? Why are all these little kids? And then we found out who she was. Ron was telling her, he could introduce her to people and, to help her get her career going. And then we looked her up and she had like 40 million followers on it. She was super
Oh, yeah,
nice.
she's huge. Yeah.
She's huge.
I just thought that she was very interesting and could be very talented.
And
So
she-
I said to her, if I could help you, I'd like to, because I think you're a very good actress.
and she didn't laugh at us or anything.
No,
she
and
was
she
like, thank
just
you.
kept a straight face.
And then
Yeah,
we
she's
found
very
out 10
professional.
minutes later that she's like one of the
But I
biggest
do
Disney
that.
stars ever.
I do
I
that
know.
all the time. Who was the famous star that I went up to and spoke to, and I had no idea who he was?
He doesn't know, and if they're younger, he doesn't know who they
And
are.
I told him, very famous, important star, and I told him that one day you're going to be very famous.
That's sweet. But you don't remember who it was?
It's
No.
my naivety. What's the word?
Naivety.
Naivety
yeah.
that they enjoy, because they say this old fuck doesn't even know where he is. He's an old
Right,
man.
but I also think that you don't come up to them and get all star hungry. And so I think they
He
appreciate
doesn't
that
get
as well.
star.
No, I did it the other night. We went to the Grammy Awards at the Writers
That was a party at the
at
Writers.
the Writers Guild,
Oh, nice. Okay.
and standing there is this 6'4" Rock Hudson.
Oh, nice.
I went up to him and I said, "Listen, I want you to meet Jimmy. I think we could use you in the movie." Turns out he's Egyptian, speaks 6 languages. The guy is magnificent looking. He's gorgeous. I mean,
Right.
from here up, he's Rock Hudson. And he was so happy because he's never had a break. We're going to have him on the show. And he's the most interesting fella because he's lived in Israel, Egypt, everywhere. So
Oh,
he
wow,
has
that's amazing.
he's a rich human. So
Yeah.
I hope that we could get him work. I thought in one of Jimmy's films he would be very good, because we need a terrorist.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah,
And he
congratulations.
could make a good terrorist. But I know it sounds corny, but at my age, we want to give back. And I just remember
I
how
agree.
hard, when I was 19, how hard it was getting into business. I remember. So
Yeah.
if I can help somebody, I love doing it to make it a little easier. If they merit it. If they don't deserve it, I don't bother.
Right. Well, I think that's very kind of you.
Oh, it's
It
not
is.
kind. It's I do it more for me than them.
I also
Right.
believe that when you pay it forward like that, though, I just believe good things come your way when you're a good person and you help others.
No,
it comes right.
I just feel that this guy is so good to look at that
Yeah.
he's going to please so many people in the theater. just by his
Yeah.
visual. Now, when he acts, it's going to give pleasure to millions of people. And I
Yeah.
like that's that's what we're all about. Actors are about pleasing the world. You know that.
Right. Yeah. It's a medium just like anything else, like a book
I
or.
mean, when we make a movie, we want everybody in the world to see it and enjoy it.
So,
That's our reason.
so I have a
Right.
question for you because I know
Yes,
that
sir.
the ultimate goal is
No,
to
wait, I
become.
didn't finish. Is that your reason?
That my reason that I want to be in, well, I just like entertaining
I mean,
people.
do you want to please the world?
Of course. Yeah, I want to any reason I want people to like I tell people all the time like I want to be the kind of like artist that people learn about in schools. Like I want to be able to inspire the younger generation as well. I love telling stories. I've always done. People when they have conversations with me are like, "Oh yeah, you're definitely a storyteller," because I always have like a story for something.
So you're
So,
not in it just for the money.
oh no, I'm definitely not in it for the money. I can tell you that. I mean, and that was. I know you have a question, Jimmy, but it just makes me think of when you say that about how people thought when we had the strike last year that like, well, why is in the industry freaking out because they think every actor is a millionaire. And they don't realize that those everyday people that like, they just don't understand that. And it's just the same for crew as well. It's like I just have a normal job. I go to work. I just happen to work 12 hours a day,
Still-
6 days a week. I get to travel, but it's still work, and it's
Still work.
They write in that magazine or whatever it is, Jimmy and I are worth 10 million.
Yeah, if you Google us, that because of our show, we're supposed to be worth $10 million.
We're worth $10 million.
which is like such bullshit.
So
celebrity net worth. Our celebrity net worth is $10
so
million.
the first time I read it, I had to change my underwear because I peed.
I would imagine, yeah.
I mean, I thought it was hilarious.
So now I
and
know
funny.
though.
We're worth 10 million.
Now we know though when you do those celebrity net worths and you check it on people, we know that shit's all bullshit because
Right.
we know that ours is not right. So that means other people's probably are
the
not.
10 is right. Dollars.
$10.
Dollars. Yeah, $10 we're worth.
Okay,
Right.
so I want to ask. First of all, I just want to ask. So you're not really. Do you actively pursue acting? I know you actively pursue directing, but I see that you got a couple things coming out. That you are an actor in them. Is acting something that's like on your radar for like, oh, I want to be an actor? Or are you really pretty much because I know directing is.
Well,
Actors-
I won't turn down acting. I actually grew up as an actor. Like I grew up doing theater, so I started singing and acting like at the age of 5. So I do love it. I don't actively pursue acting. I think just because I am very shy in that sense, and I don't like being turned down. But I get really nervous. But like I have done things that people ask me, and I think I'm hitting a point where I'd like to do it more. It's fun. I love being in front of the camera, and I think because I have been in front of the camera, I understand what it's like to be an actor. So as a director, I take that into consideration as well. It's not,
I think
It's-
that
I
makes you a
My
good
next-
director.
my
That
next-
makes you a good
My
director.
next question.
yeah,
I have interviewed many directors who act.
yeah.
I asked them this question. When you're acting, are you directing yourself? Mistake if you do, It's a mistake. If a director directs himself, mistake. Because he's giving his idea of who he is,
Right.
and it may be incorrect. So can a director, can a director let another director direct him while he's acting?
I think so. And the reason why I can say that confident is because I do other roles on set when I script supervise and because I also write. And I am not, I don't direct when I script supervise. I think I'm able to compartmentalize, and understand that like when I'm acting,
Are
I
you
listen to what the
able-
director.
Are you able to listen to that director when you
Yes.
think what he's saying is wrong?
I mean, sure, yeah, because I'm not directing. They are. I'm there to make their project. If they hire me,
If I feel the director's wrong, I tell him.
well, as a director, I want you to be able to talk to me about how you see a character. So, I want us to have that open dialogue. I know not every director is like that. And so I haven't acted enough probably to have the most confident answer in that sense. But I think that you should be able to say to the director, yeah, I don't feel like this my character would do this. Because I've had actors do that to me. I really don't think my character would do this. I feel like in this moment I would do more like that. I think you should be able to have that open dialogue, yes.
And most directors can.
Because when they hire me mostly for my Brooklyn accent and my
Right.
mafia tough guyness. And I have to sometimes correct the director because I said, we wouldn't, if we said that in Brooklyn, they'd beat the shit out of us.
Right, and I think that's important. You want it to be
doesn't go.
authentic.
It doesn't play. Like, I can't play a Brooklyn Mafia and say, oh, heck, gee, Don, heck.
Right.
know.
You got to say what's
And
really.
the script, who wrote it doesn't understand the character where it came from. So they
Right.
write it in their own mind. So people just sometimes say, oh, Ron Russell, he's going to change everything. I don't change everything. But if it's wrong, I will voice my, and if they throw me off the set, I don't give a shit.
Right,
not
but I
that
mean, I think it's important to voice that because if you know, I mean, you're from Brooklyn, you know, I mean, I just think it makes more sense. When I direct you, I
Well,
promise you'll be able to
there
voice
was a
it.
line in a movie. There was a line in a movie that I thought was horrendous. I
Okay.
was angry and I was going to kill somebody, and I don't remember it exactly, but it was something like, "Well, I'm going to shoot him." Nobody in Brooklyn talks that way.
Right.
Nobody. No, I don't give a shit who you are. You could be a scholar, you could be a rabbi, but nobody talks that way. So he
Well,
said, "What would you like to replace it with?" I said, "I'm knock you off, or I'm going to blow you away. I'm going to shoot the shit out. Something different." Anyway, I
Right.
don't remember it exactly. And
A lot of times, directors though will shoot it both ways, and then they pick whichever one they like
that's
the
where
best.
I was going.
Yeah.
A smart director always, they all say to me, "Ron, let's do it both ways." And then they always wind up saying, "Yeah, yours is authentic."
Yeah.
Because when I act, I don't have to put an accent on. It's already there.
Yeah. You're being your true authentic self. Well, yeah, I think that's important. I think having that dialogue with any director is important because you're hired to
Well,
make.
even a question, would you shoot it twice?
Yeah, of course,
You would.
definitely.
I would
Yeah.
work with you, by the way. I like everything about you. You could
Oh, thank
direct me. You could be my director.
So here, it's my turn to brag and talk a little
Yes,
bit here.
you
All
do.
right.
I want you
So
to brag and
first
talk
of
now,
all-
Jimmy.
First of all, you guys, so Michael has done so much work, you guys. He's got 15 films that are either filming or in post-production now. He's got a bunch of films in development. He has a bunch of things he's directed. My Eyes. How do you pronounce it? Ezili. Azili?
Azili.
Azili, Christmas Eve, Love Me Not, Stalk, Soundbite, 42nd and Vine, The Deal, Pains of the Past. He has a movie that came out at Christmas called Grandma's Cookies, A Christmas Tale. It's a short. I watched it. It stars Eileen Dietz. She was brilliant in it. Brian Forrest. It's it was really, really good. He sent it to me on Facebook, and I was so happy to see it. I was like,
thank you.
this is brilliant. I thought you did a great job. He also has an anthology of called Dark Lullabies, an anthology by Michael Coulomb and Coulomb, sorry, and that's on Tubi right now, which is on Tubi, so you guys can see it. So you did what kind of movies are your favorite? Because in a second we're going to play your reel. I want to make sure we play it so people can see it. But tell me, what are your favorite kind of movies to direct? Like, I guess you like horror because you've done some horror.
I do love horror.
Other stuff.
Well, I mean, I'm open to anything. I want people to understand that, but for some reason, I love horror. It's like my favorite. I go to a lot of horror conventions. I'm surrounded by a lot of horror people. So horror is just sort of my first love. It's weird, even with my family, I'm really close to my cousin, and we grew up watching horror movies, and my whole family loves horror movies. So even at Christmas time, it's people, some people put on Christmas movies like Miracle on 34th Street. Somehow, when I traveled the last Christmas, we watched all the Smile movies. It was just I'm just surrounded by people that love horror, so that's my thing. But I'm open to whatever, truthfully.
So what are some of your favorite horror movies?
Well, my favorite horror movie is actually Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
I did a book series a few years ago by my friend Christian Ackerman, and it was even my favorite horror movie. And I even mentioned Nightmare on Elm Street. It's just one of my favorite. It's what got me into wanting to be a filmmaker, especially a horror filmmaker. And I love the whole Final Destination franchise is one of my favorites.
We've had tons of people from it on the show. From the different ones, we've had tons of different people on the show.
And it's amazing the different stories you get from each person that came on. When I asked questions, they all had different ideas of the question. And I found that very, very interesting because I like being on. I'm sure you want to agree with me. When I'm on a set, I like being part of the family. I like everybody to like each other and everybody not to want to steal the scene and everybody to help everybody do a better job. I like that whole feeling. Doesn't happen often. There's always
Yeah.
a prick. There's always a prick on a set.
I mean, it does happen, sadly. Yeah, there's always someone who is
But
sort of a
when you have
diva.
that family, the movie is so much better.
Camaraderie.
And that's
Com-
actually, I think that's important both between the actors and the crew. Like some crew can become family too, and I think that sort of plays on camera. That's just my personal opinion.
But a lot of cameramen, lighting, and sound are not friendly. They look like they're suffering having to do the job. I was on a film where we shot up in Big Bear in a log cabin, and it
Mhm.
was very tight. You know, one little room. And I tried to communicate with the sound people. They ignored me totally.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. That sucks.
No, they weren't very friendly. You know whose crew I'm talking
Yeah.
about. They weren't very friendly. So I was in a second movie by the same producer. And I
Yeah.
said, we're going to have the same crew. And he said, no, we have a different few people. And I said, good, because I wasn't happy with the atmosphere of the sound people or the camera people.
Right.
You
No,
know,
I think that's important.
I couldn't get this Bitcoin coin shit. I had trouble
He had,
with
he had to use the word Bitcoin and he couldn't get it.
I had trouble
He
with
didn't know what
the
it
word.
was,
I
and-
still have trouble with the word Bitcoin. And they had
Yeah.
to reshoot it about 3 times, and they were totally annoyed and made me feel
Yeah.
bad because
That's not fair. I'm sorry.
they showed me how annoyed they were. And I said, listen, I have trouble with a word I've never heard before. I know it's in the script, and I didn't know what it was when it was in the script.
Right.
And you have to forgive me for having trouble with that word. Because
Yeah, it's
everything
interesting
else,
that they were annoyed. I'm sorry
oh,
about that.
I did everything else one take. I'm a one take guy. I don't go for a lot of takes. I like a
Yeah.
one take.
All right, so hang on. We're going to move forward. So
Oh yeah,
I think that
another
you're-
question. Do you feel the first take is the best, or do you want to shoot it a few times?
Well, I mean, I think the first take could be good, but I usually like to ask like the DP if it was good for them camera wise, and then I like to ask sound and then also the actor how they feel because that I want you to be able to all feel confident with the take. So yes, I do, but I don't think there's anything wrong with doing a second take. I'm not a person that does a lot of takes because I like to rehearse so much. Also because I have a script supervising background. If I do a lot of takes, it's usually like I'll start off with the wide and only do like a couple takes because all filmmakers know you don't really live in a wide, right? So I don't want to wear down my actor and my crew by doing 10 different takes on a wide. I'd rather focus out on the close-ups where the performance is,
Yes.
right? So if I had to do 1 or 2 takes, it would definitely be the wide. If I had to do 3 or 4, it would be more on the close-up. That way you get a chance to give the performance you want, and we also have good camera and good sound, if that
I think
makes any sense.
people I think people will love working with you.
I would. No, wait. I find the first take is the honest take because it when you do it 3 or 4 times, it becomes rehearsed. It becomes too slick.
Sure.
It becomes
Sure.
too plastic. But when you do it the first time, you could choke. Oh, you know what I mean? Like you could say something like, "Well, I went down by the river and saw this creature." That is real.
Yeah, and I actually like those
Can't
moments.
be left in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I
I
do believe
feel
that.
the first take is the honest take.
All right, so hang on,
Right.
we got to go because we only have 13 minutes.
I
and
love
have
him.
shit to
I
do.
love
I know
you, by
he's
the
good,
way.
and we'll bring him back because he's got a lot of things to say.
You're a
But-
damn good director.
Which, by the way, while we're in this
Thank you.
interview, I just want to thank your manager, Matt Chasen. He's a good
Oh.
friend of mine. I also think he's one of the most stand-up guys in Hollywood.
Yeah,
He's
he's
a really,
great.
really good guy. So I want to thank him for resetting this whole thing up since I messed it up the first time.
No,
Um,
you were not feeling well. That's important.
I was in the
You gotta get
hospital.
better.
He had a baby,
Yeah.
a 9-pound baby,
Well,
So,
congratulations.
so I'm gonna play your director's reel,
and he was
Okay.
breastfeeding.
Hang on,
He was
Juan.
breastfeeding.
Hey Juan, we're gonna play the thing that says director's reel, Michael Coulombe, and you introduce it for us, and then you hang on. We're gonna play it for everybody, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Go introduce it.
Oh, this is my director's reel. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize what you wanted. Yeah, this is my director's reel. Because I did a couple of things last year, like with Grandma's Cookies, and also a new project called Riker. I kind of wanted to go into the new year with a new reel, so this is my new reel for 2025.
There you go.
Nope. buts about it. It's Christmas Eve, and you must be asleep when Santa comes.
But I want to see him.
Santa is a very mysterious spirit. He prefers to stay in the shadows.
Why does Sarah get to stay up? It's not fair.
No, it's not fair. But Sarah is a bit older. Plus, she's helping Grandma make her special batch of cookies for Santa.
Whatever. I'm gonna wax you anyways. I'll serve first.
Good luck.
We've been through this like 1,000 times. Hit me up when I'm finally fine. I taste your own medicine go down. You cried, oh yeah, one too many times. You never know what you got till it's gone.
Is it fear? Exhaustion? A loss of faith? Perhaps a weakness in character, a small defect in one's person. What drives a man to madness?
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on.
What is wrong with her?
Dan, give me a call! We need ambulances right away.
What have you done? No. I'm not ready.
Love it. I love the reel. Everything looks beautiful. So what was
Thank
the tennis one? So I have to tell you something. I was a competitive tennis player through college. I went to University of Florida, and
nice.
and all the time, whenever I see movies that have tennis players, they never
Yeah.
use people who actually know how to play tennis. Those guys actually know how to play tennis. They, you know,
They're actual
they were real
tennis
tennis
players. Yeah, it was a web series I did with called Ad Out. Actually, I think you might have one of your guests. Have you guys ever had Jake Jensen on the show? I think he
No.
was on your. He's also a tennis player too. Yeah, it was a web series I did about 4 years ago. Maybe.
I was so excited to see it. He even asked me, "Do you miss playing tennis?" I have a bad knee, and so I can't do anything. I'm getting it fixed soon again for the third time. But I miss tennis
well,
too
good
much.
luck.
I love it, and so when I saw it, I was all excited because you could tell that they actually knew how to play tennis. As
Oh yeah,
opposed
no,
to
they're tennis players. Yeah,
what they
that's what the
used to
show's
do.
about. Yeah, it's just a web series called Ad Out. We had fun with it.
I have to watch that. I'm gonna watch
I
that.
used to
Yeah,
play
I'll
tennis,
send that to you.
but I have such power that when I hit the ball, I put a hole in the net.
Good for you.
So I had
That's
to
the kind of power.
retire.
That's
I had to
amazing.
retire from playing tennis.
So here's a question I like to ask everybody.
Okay.
And as you can ask, you can do it as a director. I guess as a director, probably think about it from the director perspective. If you could have ever made any movie as a director that's ever been made in history, what movie would you have liked to have made? And then the second part of the question will be, bucket list, male and female actor that if you could work with any male or female actor, and they can be living or dead, and the movie can be old or young, living or dead. Who would you like to work with?
Well, definitely Meryl Streep, and that's just because my mother was a huge fan of hers. God rest her soul. So if I could work with Meryl Streep, that'd be amazing. Meryl, I'm available if you're listening. What movie? This doesn't sound weird, but one of my favorite movies growing up was Goonies. I wish I could
Me
have done a
too.
movie. Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies.
Are they really?
Matter-
I never know if it's fake news or not because they say that they're doing a sequel like 25 years later or something.
I've heard that. I haven't been able to find anything on that, but I have heard that.
So we've had Corey Feldman on the show.
Oh yeah, he's great.
We've had several Goonies people on the show.
Nice.
We had Robert Davi's been on the show twice.
Oh,
he
nice.
played the bad guy, and I love
Yeah.
Goonies. I think it's the most fabulous movie. So I think that would be a terrific one. Okay, who's
I
a man?
wanted to be a Goonie.
I would love to too. I would have loved, and
Yeah.
the girl who plays Josh Brolin's, they kind of like kiss at the end. I forgot
Yeah,
that
his love interest. Yeah, I don't remember her name.
but she was one of my favorite actresses growing up, and I had a really good friend, Brooke McCarter from The Lost Boys, and he and Josh Brolin were really good friends, and we were
Yeah.
in that movie.
I actually worked with Josh Brolin once. He was great.
Yeah, he's great. I think he's
Yeah.
so. Who's a guy you would like to work with?
That's a good question. I never thought about that. Maybe Stanley Tucci
Oh,
or
he's a
Henry
good,
Cavill, just because Henry Cavill's so hot. Maybe.
yeah. Henry Cavill's hot, and Stanley Tucci would be. I love Stanley Tucci though. He's
Yeah.
got such a wide range and variety of things. Even now,
Right.
he's does a cooking show on
Yep.
he does a cooking show.
He's got a lot of talent.
He's got a lot of
Yeah.
talent.
Yeah.
You can do no wrong. If you're gonna get one of those two in a movie or both of them, you're definitely gonna have a good movie.
I have to remember that. I actually have a movie that they're asking me to come on board with, and they told me that they're already in talks with Henry Cavill. So if I get hired for that one and they get him, I'll see if I can get you on as something.
Oh, I'd love that, man. That'd be great.
I've heard through the grapevine that Meryl Streep was not easy. They
To
said
work with or easy to get?
that she's
Probably both.
she's a little tough to work with.
Well,
Street, but
I've worked with tough actors and actresses before, so it's fine.
yeah, there you go. I
Right.
love it. So we only
You
have
know, when they get big like that, they get tough.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, they
we-
can demand a lot.
A lot of the big ones, it goes to their head and they think they know everything. So they
I
go
worked
on.
with a lot of big names, and sometimes they're really down to earth. So you never know.
If they're not running the movie, but a lot of the big time actors and actresses want to tell everybody what to do.
Right.
Light, hair, script, everything. And
Of
that's
course.
when you run into trouble. They think that the movie's theirs and they can control it.
So hang on, we only got 4 minutes, and I
4
want to ask.
minutes. 4 minutes.
No,
We
he's
got
going.
this.
He's going on a trip, right? You're going. I don't know. You're going to Vietnam or something. Where are you going?
Yes. Well, so I turned 50 next month. So for my 50th birthday,
Happy
I'm
birthday.
going.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Actually, not
I
next month.
turned
This month. Oh my God, you look great. Yeah, I'm going to
Good.
Vietnam because I have a high school friend there. I'm staying in Vietnam for a week. Then I go to Cambodia for about 5 days, and then end up in Thailand. So it's just like this adventure. And I love traveling. It's one of my favorite things. And it's like, I don't know. It's just always been like my favorite thing. So anytime I get a chance to travel, that's why I got in this industry as well because I wanted to travel. I was like, I love making movies and I love traveling.
We have a friend who just got back from Vietnam. His girlfriend is from Vietnam, and they were
Oh,
there
nice.
for like 20 days. They just got back on January 19th, Stefan. And
I would like to travel too to the French Riviera.
We'll do a movie there. We'll do a movie there.
So, where are some of your favorite places that you've been?
You know, I went to Slovenia last year for my birthday and it was one of the best places I've ever been. And I
Wow.
love Hong Kong. Hong Kong was amazing.
So
Yeah.
what's your
Have you-
latest movie?
Say it one more time.
Your latest movie you're working on, what is it?
I just did a film in November called Riker. And you can go to rikermovie.com about that one. And then I have a few that are coming up that we're moving forward with. hopefully one will be a Christmas movie because as I see, I did a Christmas movie and then one horror. So hopefully, instead of doing a Christmas horror, I can do a horror and a Christmas movie. So you guys can see two different sides of Michael.
There you go.
What did you think of Santa Claus being a monster?
I like him being I directed, it's funny. I directed a movie where Santa Claus was a monster, and then I actually wrote one for my friend's YouTube channel where he's a monster, and that one has like 6 million views. So apparently people are okay with him being a monster.
I don't like the idea.
Well, it's interesting because Christmas is supposed to be magical, and I do love that. What is it?
I love like Krampus. I love Krampus.
Right.
There's another one called I forgot. It's got like a weird name, but it's got 1 million Santa Clauses in it. I forgot the name of it. It's a really good film. But I watch all the horror Santa Claus movies. I even all the horror like ones that Santa Claus isn't like Black Christmas and all that. I love all those movies.
It's I don't know. It's just the holidays are such a stressful, crazy time. So making them into horror movies, I think, sort of helps people get through it. It's like, okay, Christmas can be stressful, so watching a Christmas horror movie is sort of maybe a weirdly cathartic in a sense.
Yeah, but the children will get a different idea of who Santa is.
But children shouldn't be watching it.
Oh, what do you think? They move out of the house?
No, but children's movies
the older brother has it on the screen.
Well,
and
that's
the
just
kid
the way.
watching.
That's the
you can't prevent. You cannot prevent children.
Anyway, so I want can people see Grandma's Cookies someplace?
It's going to be available soon. The only reason why it's not available right now is because it's still going through the festival circuit, and so if we put it online, it makes it. But we're hoping. Right. We're hoping if people can just hang on a little bit longer, definitely by Christmas, we're going to release it because I want everybody to watch it every year on Christmas. But it's not a secret. If people want to watch it, they can reach out and we'll show it. But it's not online at the present moment just because of that.
You guys, it's a great movie. You'll want to see it. We gotta go because we're out of time. But you guys follow Michael on Instagram. It's at FilmmakerMJSay, which is his initials. So follow him on Instagram. Check out all his stuff. We want to thank you for coming on the show. You've been a great guest. And wish you all the best and have a safe trip. Have a great time for your birthday, and we'll see you when you get back.
Thank you guys so much. Good luck. Take care, you guys.
All right, bye-bye.
Take care, babe.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. We had a good time. Thank you, chat room, and we'll see everybody next week. Bye, everybody.
Can turn out to be so wrong. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. So come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.